It's important that achieving Vishnu Loka is not easy job for anybody. Even great sages, demigods, they cannot achieve these positions. But by practicing Krishna consciousness, one may achieve it like Dhruva Maharaj got Vishnu Loka by his sublime process of chanting the Dadasa Akshara mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. While with full determination and with complete surrenderness, he obeyed the spiritual master Narada Muni. When the sublime process without any duplicity, with very simple heart and surrenderness, when one is very much determined to practice Krishna consciousness under the bona fide spiritual master, then achieving Vishnu Loka is not difficult for him. He could see Lord Vishnu just in 6 months. However, the demigods, they cannot even see Vishnu so easily. They even circumambulate all the solar systems, sun, moon, planet, stars, they circumambulate Vishnu Loka simply to see the abode of Lord Vishnu. Any attempt by so-called scientific advancement or philosophers or mental speculators to enter into the spiritual sky is never possible. Scientist, philosopher, they may try to go till moon planet, but staying there is very difficult. They need oxygen and they need energy. So recently we had a moon mission. Before there, 3, 4 failures were there. It is not easy even to keep a machine there. What to speak of human being to stay there? With our scientific advancement, we cannot make a place in the moon to live there. However, a devotee, if practice Krishna consciousness, he can enter there. Tam eva viditva iti mrutum eti nanyaha pantha vidyate yanaya. One can attain the perfect stage of liberation from birth and death simply by knowing the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and there is no other way to achieve these perfections. Shvetasvatara Upanishad 3.8. Bhagavad Gita says that same thing. Janma karma chame divyam evam jo veti tattvato tekta deha punarjanma nayati mameti Arjuna. So without knowing Supreme Personality of Godhead, as it is, one may speculate with mental speculation if he try to understand Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he will be failed to understand so. To know Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janmashtami is very important, and the most important sloka for Janmashtami is also this. To know the Janma and Karma, the transcendental Janma and Karma, if it is not understood by a person, recently we observed Janmashtami, we celebrated, we danced with ecstasy, we served, we fasted. That develops devotion in us. In this day, if we perform certain austerities for the pleasure of Supreme Personality of Godhead by remaining fast for 24 hours, then our senses are comes under control. The aggravated senses, which are too much attached for sense gratifications, do not allow a living entity to go beyond the Visaya Vasana. Vasana means attachment towards senses. So Visaya Vasana is so strong that a living entity do not try to understand Supreme Personality of Godhead. So by observing first for Supreme Personality of Godhead, by engaging in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, our Visaya aggravation is checked, and in controlled or regulated senses, we can think of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means tapasya is very essential. The remembrance of Supreme Personality of Godhead in Janmashtami is very much prevalent. The chanting and dancing in ecstasy of Supreme Personality of Godhead in front of Lord in Janmashtami is exceptional. All is that because our importance on Supreme Personality of Godhead and our regulations on the senses and our determination to engage in the service that day gives us the result that we get higher happiness in Nam Sankirtan and in service to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Janma and Karma of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Karma means the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Are Sandhini Vibhuti, Sandhini Shakti Tar Chari Parichay. Nam Rupa Guna Lila Karma. Nama Rupa Guna Karma. Karma is Lila. When one is able to participate in the service of Nama or Rupa or Guna or Lila, then he can realize Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this age of Kali, however, shelter of holy name is the most essential and sublime means. All other processes appear to be very difficult. Any other mean which is not cultivating Krishna consciousness, especially in this age of Kali, Jnana Karma Durbala Hai Mat. Through the process of Karma Kanda or Swadharma Parinishthaya, by following Varnashrama Dharma system, or by observing the mean of mental speculations or Jnana Yoga or Sankhya Dharma Parinishthaya, by following the principles attaining knowledge of Sankhya philosophy, is very poor. Even though we repeatedly read Bhagavad Gita second chapter, how much we understand that we are not of this body, the realization is very difficult. Even though you regulate your day-to-day activities by doing karma as per the religiosity, how much we become Krishna consciousness in our day-to-day life. When we work for our job, how much we can think of Krishna. In this age of Kali, karma and Sankhya is very poor. It is not denied that you cannot get result. Lokesmani devdhanishta pura prukta mahanag. Jnana yogana sankyanam karma yogana yoginam. Jnana and karma, if it is not connected to Krishna, is not yoga. When jnana and sankhya is connected to Krishna, when you are trying to attain Krishna through the process of jnana and karma, then that will be called as karma yoga and jnana yoga. So making sankhya and karma to sankhya yoga and karma yoga is very, very difficult in this age of Kali. Even though we practically say that if while working you can still chant holy name, your tongue is not blocked, and you can think of Krishna, your mind is not blocked. But neither tongue or mind are engaged in such, even though we practice so much, because this is difficult. The surrounding environment, the determination power, and the ability to maintain the mind in such state is very, very difficult. So practicing Krishna consciousness, the first foundational principle is manmana, is not attend. There is four foundational principle of practicing Krishna consciousness. Manmana bhav madbhakta madjaji mam namaskuru. So to maintain manmana through jnana and sankhya is very difficult. Through karma is also very difficult. We are trying to make karma yoga. We are trying to do karma arpana. Do karma and offer the result to Krishna. Simply karma through the practice of, even though we may do Subha karma. What is Subha karma? Jagya, Dana, Tapa. They are all Subha karma. But they cannot attain, they cannot elevate oneself to Krishna Prema. Subha karma চিন্ময় নয়, চিৎ গুণ নয়, কৃষ্ণের বিভূতি সংযোগ নয়. In that karma, in that subha karma, which appear to be subha karma, if it is not having chit samparka means nama, rupa, guna, lila. If there is no association of nama, rupa, guna and lila in any of the activities, then that will not invoke Chinmaya Krishna Prema, because Krishna Prema is Chinmaya, and if there is no Chinmaya Samparka, no Chinmaya relation in your activities, then it will not elevate yourself to the platform of love of Godhead. So, any such mentality, any such endeavor is futile. One must attempt very seriously to understand the pastimes of Supreme Personality of Godhead and the activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead, knowing that Lord appear in transcendence and He appears to deliver the living entity, to perform the pastimes of the living entity, remain in Suddha Sattva, and He appear and disappear. He never dies like ordinary people. One who factually understand that Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental to material modes, then he can go back to spiritual world. So the entire process of knowing the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna consciousness. One may undergo austerity and penances. One may undergo first class devotional service. That is called Mukhya Patha. Sravana Adi Navadha Bhakti is called as Mukhya Patha. Jnana Karma is called Guna Patha, because there is chance of Bhukti Mukti as driver. What is driver? This is the concept. Mayate pichene rakhi Krishna paite chahe. When you are keeping Maya in the back foot and Bhakti in the front foot, so that is called Mukhya Patha. When you are keeping Maya in front foot and you are working in the back foot, that is called Gauna Patha. You want to continue your karma in software industry or whatever, wherever you work, yet you want to find Krishna, you want to know Krishna and to go back Godhead. That is called you are not working in front foot. That also can be changed. Be it difficult, but it can also be changed when you follow Kirtanaksha Bhakti. Jiva Goswami says. The Bhakti, which is primarily, which axis is on Kirtan. Axis means center point is Krishna. Krishna centered life. Why you are working? You are working for Krishna. Is this concept is having not fully developed. Some developed partially, some develop 1%. How much you contribute from your earning to Krishna? If you're not even spending 1% for Krishna, then how you can say that your access is Krishna? It is not that you only donate to somebody. It is that how you spend your earning, which you worked so hard for Krishna, in the service of Krishna. Even your first life, you have studied so hard. You have spent so much of your time in attaining material knowledge. And what you are using, how you are using this material knowledge? Just for earning. Gardhavaira mato ami kari parishrama karo lagi eta kari nagochila brahma. Working so hard day and night. You don't know for whom you are working so hard. You got so much knowledge, you must studied so hard. Many nights you have not slept to get good marks. And now that, where are you engaging such knowledge? Where are all those effort gone? Is this one lifetime sufficient to attain Krishna? All these questions need to be asked. When we seriously inquire this subject, then we see that Kirtanakya Bhakti is the primary. Kirtan means glorifications. If your axis is glorifying Krishna, you can engage all of such effort even now in service of Krishna. You attain such knowledge. Now you engage such knowledge in the service of Krishna. Then you can attain Krishna. Unless we follow these basic principles of Jaiva Dharma, the Kirtanaksha Bhakti, it is not possible that we can go back Godhead. Avoiding offenses is very, very important, even though you follow Kirtanaksha Bhakti. Vaishnava Praya. There are two principles. When one is thinking about offenses, the primary thing, the first offense is Satam Ninda. One should never blaspheme a devotee. And how one should avoid blaspheming devotee? There is two conditions. Everyone is so self-motivated, he immediately thinks that I am a devotee and others are offending me. It is another trap of offense. When he is thinking that I am a devotee and others are offending me, he is in trap of that. Harinam Chintamani says, Suddha Rupe Namalaite Vaishnava Valitar. Until he chant pure holy name, he is not a Vaishnava. When he is freed from all offenses, Nama Aparadha na hoile. Nama Bhasa Vaishnava Praya. Such devotee is called Vaishnava Praya, who is not committing a single offense. He is also not yet called Vaishnava. He is called Vaishnava Praya. Near to become Vaishnava. He can become a Vaishnava. Gradually, because of practice of Krishna consciousness, he can become Vaishnava. Let us understand very seriously. We ourselves should not say that we are Vaishnava and he is committing offenses to me. This mentality is not good for ourselves to grow. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sakruteva, even once somebody taken the name of Krishna, you regard him as a Vaishnava. He has taken one Krishna name. Consider him as Vaishnava. If he has taken initiation, then Pranativis, Diksha Asti Chet Pranativis. If somebody has taken initiation, you offer your Dandavat to him. Susrusaya Bhajana Vigyam. If you know somebody is pure devotee who is chanting pure holy name offenselessly, then you surrender and serve him. That is the recommendation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So by this process, you will understand that other people are Vaishnava because you don't have the ability to judge. Only Krishna can judge. And whenever you get this judging mentality, you are no more a devotee. Again, you fall in the trap of, with judging mentality, you fall in the trap of Satam Ninda. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if you come to know that he must have taken one holy name, regard him as Vaishnava, don't commit offenses. But when you consider that others are committing offenses, then you are again in trap of that. Don't think yourself as a Vaishnava. So there is vichar Shakti, analysis power. How you can know that you are a Vaishnava? While chanting holy name, are you getting pleasure? If you are not getting pleasure, then namara vikrama nahe uday. The power of holy name is not manifested in yourself. Then how can you say that you are a Vaishnava? Nama nache, prema nache, नाचे प्रेम धन जगत नाचाए माया करे पलायन. At that moment when one is pure Vaishnava, holy name will dance in his tongue and the prema will flow. Sweda, kampa, asru will be realized constantly. Incessant flow of affection, raga, anuraga, mana, pranaya, these things will gradually come and manifest in him. Then when he is perfected, completely saturated, he will get bhava. And with that bhava, he will be eternally peaceful. Nacha bhava shanti asantasya kuta sukham. Such devotee is very peaceful. The basic symptom is that he is getting nam ruchi. Because the anartha is eradicated, without anartha got eradicated, he is not at all Vaishnava. Once anartha is eradicated, then he is Vaishnava Praya. And when he practice raga, anuraga, mana, pranaya, sneha, mana, pranaya, and till this bhava, he is in the saturation state toward getting prema. And from Vaishnava Praya to Vaishnava is this state. He will develop lots of affection, lots of love and devotions toward Krishna. It's called sneha. Then he exchanges gradual increases of attachment toward Krishna. Krishna, Gadha Krishna, evole rag. Gadha Krishna. Without Krishna, he cannot live. That is Anurag. He cannot live a single moment without the chanting of holy name. Krishna Nama Jato Ananda Ase Jihar Bhaktera Jihaya. ଏକ କ୍ଷଣ ନାହିଁ ପାରେ ତାର ବିରହ. ଏକ କ୍ଷଣ ନାହିଁ ସହିପାରେ ତାର ବିରହ. When such devotee tastes the holy name, he cannot even tolerate one moment of separation of holy name from his tongue. So that is the state of pure Vaishnavism. So knowing this, that I am having some shortcomings and the holy name is not giving pleasure in myself, means I have committed some offenses. So I have to come out of such offenses. That's why one should recite these 10 offenses every day to remind our mind not to commit such offenses, and chant the mantra and pray every devotee, please forgive me, whoever he might have committed offense or might not have also. By chanting the sloka, Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. A Vaishnava by real is always very merciful. So when we chant this mantra and offer him full respects, he gives us the excuses. This is very important and first offenses one must avoid. Nama Bevahita and Nama Arthavada are two other primary offenses. Namo Namnani Bhirna Drushti. When one is unable to understand that there is no difference between holy name and name, then he is under trap of Nama Namni Bheda Drushti. Is not able to understand this tattva, that is called tattva brahma, that Krishna Vibhuti, Nama, Rupa, Guna Karma are non-different from him. Jada Dehete Hoy Prabheda. Only a person afflicted by material body have this Prabheda. Suddha Dehe Nahi Veda. Even though a pure devotee who is not afflicted by Maya or by a body is having also this quality, his name, his rupa, his guna and his karma is Chid Swarupa. Nama, rupa, guna, karma is Chid for a first class devotee also. Then what to speak of Lord? The Nama and Namni are Abheda. When we talk about Krishna, means we understand that Krishna himself is the holy name. If we do not understand that or realize that, then Namara Vikrama Nahaya Udaya. The actual power of holy name is not realized. The Nama has potency, even your name has potency. Suppose somebody came to be a Marathali and tell that I am from village of Krut Prabhu or village of or he's my friend or something, and maybe in Marathali BIE our devotee will give some prasad or something. So that is the use of the name. And somebody say Paramkona Prabhu's name, yeah, I am his friend or relative, then he will give more respect and give some facilities possible. So that is the use of name. So everybody is having some potency in the name, but our name is not having the potency sufficient to maintain our work itself. However, Krishna's name, Sarva Shakti Name Prabhu, Karile Vidhana, all of his energies he invested in holy name. Nam Namakari Bahuda, Nija Sarva Shakti, Statrar Pita Niyamita Smaranina Kala. Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. In this holy name, he has invested all of his potencies. So by this process, we should understand that Nama Namni Bheda Buddhi. So there is a story that one collector was trying to cross the boat and the boatman didn't know. So he was tired and he was about to retire from the work, go back home. So when collector approached that I have some urgent work, I want to cross, he said, no, I cannot because I am already exhausted, I cannot. But when he said that I am collector of this district and I have some urgent work there, then he agreed and crossed. So even the collector himself is asking, then the boatman is unable to understand that and he is not allowing him. But when he said that he is the collector, then his the name being collector is more important than the collector himself. When he said, I am this person who is a collector, that means his name was more powerful. Purvasnat parameva hanta karunam. So even the name Bachyam Bachakamitadeti Bhavattanama Swarupadvayam Purvasnat parameva hanta karunam. Bachyam Bachakam Apitadeti Bhavattanama Swarupadvayam. Both are equal. Bachya and Bachaka. For Lord Krishna, there is no difference between Bachya and Bachaka. But even if Vachaka is more powerful than Vachya. Vachaka is name. Vachya means to whom Vacha is used called Vachya. Vachya is Krishna. Vachaka is Krishna Nama. So Krishna Nama is more powerful than Krishna himself. But one should be careful in avoiding all other offenses as well. Nam balat jasya hi papa buddhir na vidyate tasya yamayir hi suddhai. If somebody, after coming to Krishna consciousness, सकृदेव प्रपन्न तपस्मी इति चेत् और अभय सर्वदा तस्मै ददाति एतद् व्रतम. Even once one come to the state of surrendering, Krishna give him full protections. सर्वधर्म परित्यज्य मामेक शरणं व्रज अहं ता सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. I will deliver from all kind of sins. Harinam Chintamani again says, Eko nama Krishna jata papakshaya haya papi tara jivana na kari teta paya. Even in one's own whole lifetime, even crores of lifetime, one will not able to accumulate that much sin, which can be eradicated by just chanting one holy name, that even Namabhasa. Not even pure name, offense-free name. One offense-free name can deliver you completely sinlessness, free from all the sins. Again, that is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.2.7. That kotya api janma papa. Even though you acquired papa from crores of life, just like Ajamila chanted one offense-free name. He had no offense while calling the name Narayan before the death. It was Nama Bhasa. So Vishnu Dutta told that he has already atoned for 1 crores of life sinful actions. But you have already chanted one holy name. If that is offense free, then you have been freed from this. Right? Then again you commit offenses, that is called Namabalad Papa Buddhi. Once you are freed from offense and then you are continuing offense, then Nama Prabhu is not happy on you. The holy name is not happy on you. Any offenses you commit once freed from all sinful reactions, that means those who are chanting in Krishna consciousness, still attracted towards sense enjoyment, they are not progressing because of committing Nama Aparadha. Nama Balat Jasya hi Papa Buddhir. Once you surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead, you must become serious. You must give up all sinful life. You must follow 4 regulative principles. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, no earning in any unfair mean, no cheating at all. That will destroy truthfulness, satya nashta. And austerity. By intoxication, any form of intoxication, austerity is getting destroyed. Daya or kshama is destroyed by meat eating. One must stop these sinful reactions completely. And one should not commit any offenses after taking of holy name. And one has to be serious. Even after practicing, he is still at that state and he is not analyzing why I am not getting pleasure in myself even after chanting. Should analyze. What is the defect? I must rectify it. There is some defect. If you are unable to understand, approach a bona fide sadhu. He will help. Why you are still getting at that same state? And you are not inquiring a doctor. You have a disease, you are not inquiring a doctor. What good can happen? When you identify a disease, first thing is identifications. Utkramantam stitam vapi. Bhagavad Gita also says that. Bhunjanamba gunanitam vimudhananupasyanti. Those who are vimudha, who much engaged in material sense enjoyment, they think anything, they cannot think anything else, but still continue to engage in that. However, Jnana Chakshusha, who are wise, they see that, analyze that, identify that. So it is your duty to identify what is the problem in yourself. Then you can approach a bona fide authority for remedy of it. So many other things. We have reached the time. We'll discuss in some other classes. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji, for a very nice class. Hare Krishna devotees, anybody having any questions, any comments?